Welcome to the Fit Dad Nation podcast, forging strong fathers and raising a stronger generation. It's time to get up or shut up with your host, Steve Roy.
Hey guys, this is Steve Roy, the host of the Fit Dad Nation podcast. Welcome to the show. Thank you for listening. So before I jump into today's episode, I just want to share a couple things. One is about our private group on Facebook called the Fit Dad Base Camp. This is a totally free group. We've got almost 700 dads in there right now working together. It's a pretty active group. We do lots of different things with the goal of getting you into the routine of exercise and getting you back on track with your health and fitness, and having a group of like-minded men all kind of working towards the same things. That group has been going on for a couple of years now. And it's been a great resource for so many dads. And not long ago, actually just a handful of months ago, I had opened up a private membership program. It's called the Fit Dad Nation Inner Circle. And this is where we really do most of our, we'll call it heavy lifting. So this is a private group. Right now there are 41 men in the group. And it's really a place for a couple things. It's one, for personal challenge. Number two, it's for accountability. Number three, there's brotherhood. And number four, there are a massive amount of resources in the inner circle that are designed to help you get fit and stay fit. And it's actually been one of the things, if not the most successful thing we've done at the Fit Dad Nation, and I'm certainly probably the most proud of that because I've seen the way these men come together, and it's just inspiring. It's a super active group, and there's so many guys just making some big changes, and it's amazing to see literal life changes, day to day, week to week. So, if you're serious about taking back your health and your fitness, and you're a dad, most of the dads in our groups are 35 to 45, working at desks, looking to reclaim their health. Maybe haven't done much in a while. That's kind of what it's designed and how it's designed to help you. So you can get more information about that group, fdnic.com. That's the Fit Dad Nation Inner Circle. If you're interested in joining our free group, you can find that at fitdadnation.com/community. So today I want to talk about time and why it seems like so many dads say they don't have enough time to get fit and healthy. And this is a big topic, really big topic. And, I've put out a few surveys recently, and by far the number one answer to a question of, what's the one thing that you struggle with most? It's time, lack of time. And so I want to share some things that I've used in my own life. I'm a busy dad of two. I've got a lot going on, a busy business. And just like you, most dads that I know and I've spoken with over the years are busy. I don't know too many guys that just say, hey, listen, I don't have anything to do for the next 3 hours. I'm just going to sit here. I'm going to talk a little bit about what I would suggest doing if you're someone that says, listen, I don't have enough time to exercise. I don't have enough time to get healthy. I'm just too busy. So first thing I want to tell you is, in most cases, and not all, because there are certainly guys out there that legitimately have no extra time. And I've met, a number of guys, especially single dads, who have to work at least 2 jobs and sometimes even 3 jobs to make a living, support their kids, pay their obligations, and in those situations, you kind of have to take extreme measures. But I'm talking to the vast majority of guys who, work 9 to 5 jobs, have commutes, couple kids, typical schedule of a busy dad. And so first thing I want to tell you is, and you've heard this already, it's not a lack of time that's holding you back. It's a perceived lack of time. So we all obviously have the same number of hours in a day, in a week. And, it really comes down to what your priorities are, where they lie. And it's just a fact that most dads, maybe I won't even say most, a lot of dads don't prioritize themselves, their health, their wellness, their fitness, or even their personal happiness. They don't prioritize that because they feel obligated to support and provide for their families, right? And that's extremely common. And I'm not saying that's wrong because I did it for many, many years. What I'm saying is if you're serious about getting your health back, then you have to make yourself a priority and you have to prioritize your health, because once your health starts to improve, your life is going to get better. I mean, you're going to be a better husband, a better father, a better employee, a better business owner, whatever it is. You're going to be better at it because you're going to feel better. You're going to look better. It's going to parlay into more confidence and more self-esteem. It's a huge snowball effect, and life will get much better. I promise you. I've been through both cycles. I've been very, very low for a very long time. And I turned myself around. I turned my life around back in 2013 after my divorce. Things got really dark for a while, and then I ended up turning my life around through fitness and made some massive changes and took massive action. And, in less than a year, I was a new person and I felt a million times better. So, but at the time I was working my shift. I was running a gym, and my shift was 12 to 8, but it really turned out to be more like 11 to 10. So, took a big bite out of the day. And then I was getting up at 5 a.m. to go train boot camps before that. So it was tough. I mean, I was doing some training at the gym while I was teaching classes, but it was tough to find even the energy really too to carve out a block of time for myself because I was so busy with other people. And before that, I was working in finance. I mean, literally, I spent 11 years sitting at a desk, and I was busy as shit. And I taught boot camps after work. I trained clients before work, and I had to find time. And so I'm going to share some things that I've learned along the way about how to prioritize, how to find time, and ultimately just how to get off your ass and do it. Because at the end of the day, listen, guys, we're getting older. I'm 48. We're not getting any younger, and this is very scary to me because things are changing in my body. I see things, even subtle things. My body doesn't respond like it used to. Things are sagging where they shouldn't be, or I'm not used to them. And, our bodies are slowly changing, right? We're losing our muscle mass over time. We're getting a little bit fatter. Our lifestyles are getting more and more sedentary. Things are not working in our favor. And so we have to make sure that we become really, really focused on our own health. It's that important, guys, because, if you're not, you don't want to be the guy, and I don't want to be the guy that's 65 years old that feels like they're 80. That's not that far off for a lot of us. But so many of us are headed there, right? If you're 30, 40, 50 pounds overweight or more, you got that big old belly, your body is not happy with you, right? You probably don't have a lot of muscle. You probably are very tight as far as your hamstrings or your hips. You have a lot of weak muscles, probably not a lot of muscle mass. Your posture probably sucks. That's a typical dad bod, right? But over the course of the next 15 years, it's going to get incrementally worse. You're going to have all kinds of problems, and you can stop that by just really, really committing to yourself. It doesn't have to be a huge commitment, but you do have to commit to yourself. So here's what I'm going to tell you first. Most important thing that you can do is figure out the reason why you want to do this. Because if you don't want to do it, you're not going to do it. I know it sounds obvious, but it's not. Because unless you really want to do something, like really emotionally, seriously want to do it, you won't do it, right? We buy things on emotion, not logic, right? Most of our decisions are made on emotions. And there's a lot of strong emotions, some negative, some positive. To exercise, working out, the gym, whatever, there's a lot of different attachments to that. Maybe you had a difficult time with the gym as a younger person, or maybe you loved it and you want to get back into it, but whatever that is. But the main thing is you've got to find your why. And I actually shot a whole episode, a podcast episode, I'll link to it in the show notes, of how to find your why. So that's extremely important. Figure it out, sit down, realize, okay, I want to get fit, I want to lose some weight, I want to feel better, I want to look better, and this is exactly why. And I don't care what the reason is. It doesn't have to be, for my kids or for my health. It could be something that you might think might be more selfish, like I want to look awesome naked, or I want to be better in bed, I want to be able to please my wife better, I want to be able to last longer than 3 minutes because I'm so fucking tired, I can't go any longer. Those are important things. Maybe that's your why. So once you figure that out, set up a schedule and make an appointment on your phone, calendar, whatever you're using, and then set up an appointment to exercise. I don't care how long it is, and then keep it. Put it down. I use my iPhone for my appointments, and I log stuff in there, even stuff that is small, but I look at it throughout the day, and it reminds me, okay, this is what I need to do this time. This is what I need to do at this time, okay? Very important to keep that appointment, make the appointment, and keep it with yourself, okay? And realize that, seriously, something is better than nothing. You don't have to dedicate an hour, 45 minutes, even half an hour every day to training. That's not going to hurt if you do, but some people just don't have that time. You can start small. Start with 20 minutes. Start with 2 15-minute blocks throughout the day. Squeeze it in where you can. I mean, you've got to do what you got to do, and eventually, once you start training, once you start seeing results, once you start feeling better, you're gonna quote unquote find more time in your day because you want to do it. So, along those lines, clean up your diet. So, when you're eating better, you're going to feel better, right? Shocker, I know, right? But when you feel better and you start seeing a noticeable difference in your body composition, which, largely comes from how you're eating, you're going to be more motivated, because once you see the scale start moving, you start noticing your pants are getting a little bit looser. Your wife says that you look better. That's a fucking huge motivator, and that can lead you to, again, quote unquote, find more time in your day. Because, again, I'm going to repeat this probably a few more times, but we've all got that time. It's just a matter of literally carving it out, making a priority, and just sticking to it. There's always going to be something that's going to get in the way, that's going to come up that in your mind may be more pressing. And it's not, believe me. Your health is at the very top of the list. Okay. Next up, I will tell you, whatever you're doing, I don't care what kind of training you're doing, just, ideally, we want to be doing strength training 3-4 days a week. We want to do some kind of conditioning work a few days a week. We want to do mobility, right? But let's not worry about all that right now. Instead, let's just worry about doing something small. Let's worry about 15 or 20 minutes a day or every other day. That's where we'll start. Okay. So the first thing is we got to make this fun. Like if you think, oh shit, I've got to spend the next 20 minutes doing burpees, right? How long is that going to last? Not very long, because burpees suck, right? Instead, find something that you love doing, whatever that is. I mean, obviously everyone's different. If you have a heavy bag in your garage and you love to beat the shit out of it, then spend 15 minutes doing that. But whatever it is, you're going to be far more likely to find time to exercise if you're actually enjoying or looking forward to what you're doing. Okay. You can join a class. So if you belong to a gym, sign up for a class, even if you're not a class type of person. And I don't particularly like classes that much, but when I sign up for them, I show up. And that's the thing, right? You go online. Most of those have like mind body apps where you go in, you sign up for tomorrow's class at 6 a.m. Some of them even have cancellation policies, so you really can't back out or you get charged. But if you sign up, right, you're 10 times more likely to show up. And so that's a huge motivator, right? Just put it out there, right? Sign up for a class. Shit, I got to go. I'm signed up. I got to go. And on those same lines, find a buddy or a group for the same thing, for accountability. You can run into somebody at the gym. Maybe it's a coworker that you guys go hit it during lunch break. Maybe you just go out for a quick run, a walk even. You do a few, exercises, whatever it is. But you can use a person like that to hold you accountable. Put your ass on the line. We have a lot of success in our groups, like the Fit Dad Nation Inner Circle, because of the accountability, because guys are watching each other, because they're helping each other, and they're calling each other out on their bullshit and saying, hey man, you told me you were doing this. I don't see it. Where is it? Right? That's important. That's really, really important. Okay. And so I'll also tell you that when you're doing your workouts, yes, you need to make them fun, but they also have to be efficient, right? We want to make them as efficient as possible, right? And I'll tell you, first off, right here, cardio in a steady state, like let's just call it, walking on a treadmill, using an elliptical machine, right? That is fine for overall health, right? That's great for your heart. There's nothing wrong with it. You're going to burn some calories. But if your main goal is fat loss and you're short on time, you're far better served with some kind of a short interval training, like a circuit hit training, whatever. You can use, let's say, a 15-minute AMRAP, which means as many rounds as possible. So you set the timer for 15 minutes, pick 4 exercises, let's say push-ups, squats, burpees, and rows, right? 10 of each. You set the timer for 15 minutes, you go through as many times as you can, 10 burpees, 10 push-ups, 10 squats, boom, and you keep repeating that until you're done. And believe me, you're going to use all your muscles, your heart rate's going to be way up, right? You're going to be pushing yourself, you're going to be sweating, and you're going to get a lot of benefit out of that, far more than walking on a treadmill for even 2 or 3 times as long as that workout. So be smart about it, be efficient, and realize that you're probably wasting your time if you're trying to do some kind of traditional cardio. That's a topic for another conversation because I have some pretty strong feelings on that, but we'll cover that another time. So if you're working at a desk job like I did for so many years, it's a little bit easier for me now. Obviously, I work from home. I do this for a living, so it's certainly easier for me to find time to train. But when I worked in finance, I wore a suit every day, a suit and tie. And for lunch, I would go out, and there was a gym that was maybe, half a mile from, maybe not even, but maybe half a mile. It was a low-budget gym, nothing special. It was a inner-city gym. But it served its purpose, right? I walked over my suit, I changed into my shorts, I did my thing, and I didn't even have time to shower, which, it was kind of nasty, but I still needed that workout. So changed back into my suit, went back to work because I needed to exercise. And that's just what you had to do, right? I mean, I would rather have done that than not do it. And so I just sucked it up. I was sweaty. I didn't love the feeling of putting my clothes back on while I was sweating, but at the end of the day, I got my workout in and I felt good about it. So that's an option for you. So the obvious, which I haven't even mentioned, but just get up earlier, right? You may think that you don't have enough energy to get up, like you need every moment you can in the morning, whatever it is, I don't care. You can get up 20 minutes earlier than you do now, or you can go to bed 20 minutes earlier, which would offset that getting up a little bit earlier because, sleep is extremely important. 7-8 hours, extremely important. Don't sacrifice an hour of sleep that could put you at 5 hours of sleep just to get a workout because that's going to catch up with you someday and it's not going to be good. So, get your sleep and just, you have to make smarter decisions. Stop watching, fucking Game of Thrones or whatever you're watching until 11:30 at night, playing on your phone, doing whatever you're doing, even reading. Go to bed a bit earlier. I mean, you can train yourself to do it, and I have a whole episode on how to sleep better without supplements as well, podcast episode. I'll link to it here also. But you have to just retrain yourself. Maybe you don't want to, right? Maybe you're comfortable, and I've certainly been there where I love my routine. Like I go into bed, turn on the night light, and I turn on Netflix. I watch a movie. Next thing I know, it's 11 o'clock, and I'm like, shit, I'm not really that tired. And by the time you unwind, and that blue light's fucking with your head and your eyes, and it's like almost 12, and you're like, shit, I got to get up at 6 to train a client, and there goes your sleep, right? And you just keep doing that, and you're going to have serious problems. So figure out a way to get up earlier and seriously just make it work. And then 2 more things. 1, use exercise as a date, even if you're married. If you're not dating as a husband, you have problems because that's extremely important. Take it from me. I never, when I was married, we never went on a date. I don't think ever. And, I'm divorced now, but certainly that's not the cause, but it certainly didn't help. And I've heard over and over and over and over the importance of carving out time to date your own wife. And that's, use that. Go hiking, go kayaking. We bought kayaks not too long ago. We go out for dates all the time and do something active. We hike all the time. We bought nice bikes 2 years ago, and we use them all the time to ride. And so we were super active on our dates. We still like to do other stuff. We'll go to movies. We'll go out to dinner a lot. And, but at the end of the day, find something active. And I don't care if your spouse, is into it or not. They'll probably just enjoy the time with you, walking or hiking or whatever it is. So do that. And then last one, the obvious one here. We're all dads, right? Use your kids. If you have little ones, use them as a rucksack, use them as a sandbag, right? Include them, pick them up, put them down, squat them, press them, swing them around, There's a million things you can do with your kids, even older kids. My kids are 14 and 11. And yeah, I mean, I'll take them out to the field. We'll do all kinds of stuff. We'll have fun. I mean, I've got some equipment, some medicine balls. We'll create obstacle courses. We'll have fun. As a dodgeball, we'll have a tug of war. We'll do it like an American Ninja Warrior at a park where we'll time each other going through the whole circuit of monkey bars and all that other stuff. And just, it's fun, right? I'm getting a workout, they're getting a workout, and it's totally a win-win. And so if you have time to take your kids to the park, you have time to exercise. Seriously. So that's what I'll tell you guys, and I hope this helped. And please understand, I'm not judging you if you say I don't have time. All right, I'm not here to beat you up. I'm here to try to help you figure out how to make more time for yourself, because seriously, guys, it's that important. Okay? I mean, I can't overstate how critical it is for you to really, really just focus on your health, your fitness, your body composition. That means, getting your body fat down and having more muscle tissue. You're going to be regretting it if you're not in 10 years, I promise you. So please, guys, find the time, find your why, and get after it. I'll talk to you next week.
Thanks for joining us. And remember, if you want more information, check out the Fit Dad Basecamp group on Facebook. And don't forget to stop by fitdadnation.com. Until next time, keep kicking ass and taking the next step. You can do this, Dad.